Hi, Sally Walker here, your hormone expert, and welcome to my hormone blog. Today, ladies, I am going to talk about estrogen, or rather I should say estrogens with an S on the end, because estrogen is really a family name, a group name for a group of hormones which have estrogenic effects in the body. The ones I'm going to talk about today are the major estrogenic hormones, E1, E2 and E3, but there are also a group of estrogenic hormones which are produced in the liver, and I will talk about those in my next video because they're also really important to know about. But let's today focus on E1, E2 and E3, and I know it sounds like motorways, but they're not, they are hormones. They're abbreviations for the names of the hormones. So E1 is the abbreviation for estrone. Estrone is produced in your fat cells, ladies, and it doesn't really do that much. Its main job is to be converted to E2, and we'll talk about E2 in a minute. So that's its major role. Now, fat cells, the production of estrone in fat cells becomes the dominant hormone after menopause, and can be an important area for the production of E2. So bit of a lazy hormone, doesn't do that much, but obviously is an important hormone. Now, E2 is the abbreviation for estradiol, and estradiol is the most potent, the most powerful of the estrogens. And this is the hormone which is mass produced in your ovaries from puberty to menopause, and is the hormone that makes this wonderful little princess into the woman in every way. So it creates changes in body shape. So we suddenly start storing fat in our breast tissue, in our hips, our thighs. It gives changes in our skin tissue. It becomes stronger and more moist. Changes in our brain, so we begin to think and feel as a woman rather than a little princess. And changes in our vaginal health, obviously, and the function of the vagina and the uterus, etc., etc. All of these things are promoted, and many more, by estradiol. And so the opposite happens, obviously, when we get to menopause and the ovarian production stops. We lose the major production of estradiol, and our skin starts to decline, our vaginas dry out, and our bones crumble, and we can't remember things, etc., etc. All of these things due to the loss of estradiol. Now, estradiol is also produced in our adrenal glands. It's also produced in our skin cells, and we can produce it in our fat cells from estrone. Now, adrenal production becomes very important after menopause, ladies, but adrenal production of estradiol is very much affected by the need for cortisol, which is produced in the adrenal glands. And cortisol is what we call the stress hormone. So this is why many ladies during their perimenopausal time and after menopause are very much affected by stress, with the effects of low estrogen, for example. The third hormone, E3. So E3 is estriol, and estriol is actually made from estradiol, E2, and it's made in the liver. So in a way, it is one of the liver estrogens, but I use it here as one of the body's estrogens because it does have an effect on many of the body's tissues. Now, because it's made from E2, it works like an E2, but much, much milder. It's like a mini E2. It's good for skin, it's good for vaginal health, it's good for bone tissue, all of these things which are very important, obviously, after menopause. And it is my hormone of choice to use as a support for estrogen after menopause. Many ladies really do benefit from using E3 estriol on a daily basis after menopause. So they are three estrogens, E1, E2 and E3, all of them important in all their different ways. And as I said, next time I will be looking at the estrogens produced in the liver, and we'll be talking a little bit more about the negative side of some of these estrogens that are produced in the liver. Now, if you would like to talk to me personally about your estrogen or about anything else for that matter, I do offer my 30-minute online consultation. So pop into my webpage, sally-walker.com, and you can see the different offers I have there. Plus there is loads of information, and I'm starting a section now with called Test Yourself, and here you'll be able to see some of the tests related to estrogen to see if you have enough, if you have too little, if you have too much, etc. So you'll be able to get a picture of your own estrogen levels and many of the other hormones as well. So have a little look in there. And if you have a suggestion to a blog, a hormone blog, a question for my blog, then please send it to me on my email, sw@sally-walker.com. Otherwise, I will see you next time, where I will be talking about the liver estrogens. Thank you for listening, and happy hormones, happy life.